Morning, everybody. Welcome to our August meeting, Highway Parks and Recreation Committee. Julie will take attendance, write that down for the minutes. And then I need a motion to approve the minutes from our July meeting, please. Motion, need a second, please.
Okay.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any opposed? All right, excellent. Right, we have a member from the public here, Steve, yes?
Yes,
All right, so we start out our meeting with the most important part, public comment.
great. So I sent an email to Ray, some time ago, and I know it takes time, but there's a couple things I would like to do. My name is Stephen Nissen. My address is 782 Westmoreland Drive. I border Levon Crest Town Park. There are a couple of things I'd like to do is try to add bluebird boxes to the park. And that's the hard one because it would be an issue. You don't put the boxes, you may be familiar with Blatnick Park, Roy Thornton. So I had Roy Thornton come take a look. So anyway, as a joke, I went to the CAC meeting last night. Some months ago, he said, yeah, talk to Roy. He's an expert in the stuff. So I did. So he came and took a look. The problem is the boxes go out about 50 feet from woodland areas. My interest is the southern part of the park, the southwestern part. That's the big field that is usually wet. Now it's dry, hard as a rock because it's clay and more it's dry. But my thought would be to try and put boxes in the southwest area out to 50 feet. And you probably put 4 boxes. You have enough room. You have about 800 feet. So, I know how to take care of them. I can get the boxes. This is my own, but the issue is with mowing, and number one, and number two, is the other thing would be, I've been there for 20 years. Park does get used. That part of the park doesn't get a lot of use. It used to have a lot of volleyball tournaments, and sometimes that part would be used. You have kids lacrosse there occasionally. So that makes it a little bit sticky. I don't want to do that if it was an intensive use park like it used to be. Most people seem to be focused on the north end where the playground, the tennis courts, the softball field. So that's number one. Number two, if it worked out that was permitted, I would ask to try and do a no mow area of approximately 60 feet by 800 feet. You get about an acre of no mow to where the bluebird boxes is. So out about 60 feet from the western border. So, and again, I don't have a map. Laura Robertson, I know her pretty well. I've been doing stuff before with the town, but we can make a map to show that. But I just wanted to throw it on the table because people who run the park and they say, no, we get too much use there. It's not feasible. So and that's okay. It is what it is. So that's what I'm throwing. That's idea number. Well, it's really 2 ideas: bluebird boxes, no mow. The third was to remove invasive species in the park. You have a lot of multiflora rose, bittersweet, buckthorn, and Japanese honeysuckle, and they could just continue to spread. So I'd like to start I've removed them from the border of my own property. In my own property, I have them. So, and then replace them with native bushes. And there's no herbicides or pesticides. These are ripped out by hand. If the town wanted to help, like a buckthorn is a big nasty tree, I could mark and they could cut it down. In fact, the town has already cut down several trees over the last 20 years that bordered my property on your property because of fear of falling on my fence or something like that. So they're great. I'm very happy with that. But anyway, it's all done by hand. I think the only thing we need from the town is you need most invasives. You can't just chuck in yard waste because they don't want to die. So what you normally do is you dry them for 2 to 3 weeks. So you need to put a pile somewhere sunny. And basically, and that's how, and at that point, then they can be used as normal yard waste. Would be typically how the DEC would handle it. So you just have a pile of brush or whatever, pick a spot by the tennis court, not the tennis court, but the other end, but take a spot and, you know, and basically have a pile of brush for some weeks, and then the town can pick it up at that point, or, I mean, we have yard, we can put in our own yard waste buckets over time, you know, something like that. And, you know, plant native species, which attract, you know, butterflies, pollinators. It's pretty much is overrun with non-native species as it was old farmland and human activity. So those are that really is it. And I would like to get, I think it's broken into two pieces, really, the no-mow bluebird thing, and really they're one and the same. And number two would be the removal of invasive species. You know, again, it would be done by hand unless it was something big and I could get the town to cut it, you know, if that was, and it's not like you're not going to lose any parkland. This is stuff that exists already. You know, if I take down a honeysuckle, a native bush will go in its place. So it's not like you're going to lose an inch of parkland. So I just really wanted to know that I appreciate the time, who to talk to, you know, to move this forward.
Well, you're at a good place just starting here with us. So just so you know, people in the town don't like change, right?
Yeah, no, I got been here 20 years.
Parkland is getting mowed and grass, and then all of a sudden we stop mowing it, we're gonna be getting a lot of phone calls. I'll be getting phone calls, Ray will be getting phone calls,
Yeah.
you're not mowing it, you're not maintaining the park,
Yeah.
we don't like the way that looks. Those are the kind of reactions that we get. So, as you know, the low mow area that we did over there in Gladden, it's the landfill area that is more conducive, if you will, to that kind of environment, right?
Sure.
More wild growth, that kind of thing. So we would have to definitely think about the no mow or low mow and the bird boxes that you pointed out, to your point, make it more difficult for our guys to mow. Now they have to work around those. Plus, there are.
You said 50 feet from the wood line is approximately for the boxes.
That's the Northeast Bluebird Society recommendations, and that's what Roy said. I mean, originally I was gonna, you know, like, before I met with him, because I've done this before, but I guess they're a lot less effective. If I would have done like 10 feet, you probably wouldn't care. You know what I mean? But it makes it ineffective and it gets the wrong kind of birds.
Yeah.
So that's why you really need to put them about 50 feet. That's why, you know, it was a great idea until, you know, we got into the details.
Right.
And again, that's why.
And we've done a lot with Roy. Roy's been
Yeah.
very good
Yeah.
at educating us, really.
Oh, yeah, no, he knows a lot. But that's why I agree. It's really that's more difficult, you know, and again, that maybe is one to table and think about it, about the no-mow and the bluebird boxes, because it's not that simple because of the intensive use of the park. And it's not like it's a nature park, it's an intensive use park. An urban park is what I would call it as an engineer. So, but the second thing, the invasive species is, I think.
That's something I think we can definitely work on.
So we will run into, he identifies them because that's his thing. So 3 doors down from him may think of it as, I don't hear the noise because of that stuff. They don't know what they are. You know, that's what we run into. And that's why, like Blatnick was a unique, we didn't impact anybody that their backyard bordered that area. We essentially took a piece of our raw land. It didn't impact anybody.
Yeah.
So, you know, you could be doing a great thing, and I do believe it is. And we would be more than grateful to help in that situation. But everybody on that borders that may not feel the same way. Like Bill said, change is big. Some people, you know what, it's green. It blocks me seeing the kids run across the field.
Right.
And different people have different feelings on things. But I think, like, for us to have a point of view would be do what you're proposing, do a map of it.
Yeah.
And generally what we do is, if we can do something, is we may scale it down and do, you know, maybe behind your house, and you know, maybe there's enough room there to pop a couple boxes out, and maybe even do a 10-foot strip of low mow so that we
Right.
don't need to get close to the boxes. Instead of doing the full
Right.
50 by 800,
Yeah,
it may be a 6-foot swath around the boxes that we leave, and,
Yeah.
and it may not impact anybody.
Yeah.
So I think your initial idea, your big idea, could be put on a map,
I could
which
do that.
if you're, friends with Laura,
yeah,
I'd be more than happy to give you that map. And then we can either modify it or look at if
Yeah.
something can be done. We generally support these
Yeah.
projects, but we also have to look at
Sure.
impact to everybody else as well.
Right.
And, I know you reached out to me because I am in charge of the
Yeah.
parks, but I don't have the final say in that,
Yeah.
They have to deal with the impact.
well, that's why I'm here. And the second, I have spoken, there's like about 5 neighbors are totally on board with this.
Well, that's good. Those are
And
the
that-
ones that look
So,
we-
I don't know everybody, but like across the, she came to see me, Mary Gordon is on 119 Stratford. She's like, she's like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
The neighbors on each side of me are like, yeah, that's awesome. Although the one neighbor doesn't make any difference because that's all poplar trees. So it doesn't. But anyway, without a lot of work, I've probably gotten 5 neighbors who water that said, yeah, that's a great idea. So I could produce those names at some point. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of clearing someone's property.
No.
And sometimes we try to go in and do preventative maintenance because the guy's mowing, got a duck under limbs. We go trimming, some people are grateful, some
Yeah.
people come out.
Yeah.
What are you doing? So there's a mix.
Why you gotta look at the tree? Tree,
But I think to start,
Yeah.
I think an overview map of it and,
Yeah.
generally your area. Bill and Aaron, and they're always willing to go on a field trip and take a look at things and,
Right, and not, who's the easiest person to call for a field trip for? Email you or email?
Well,
Uh,
probably Aaron's office because she'll make me go, but.
It's super easy. You could use supervisor@isuna.org.
So we would definitely want the map first and
Yeah.
the proposed area.
Yeah,
so that-
I'm gonna do it, and I would do 2 maps. The one would be the mowing / bird boxes, and the other would be the invasive species, and I can list the neighbors' names
Yeah,
that have said, yeah, that's fine.
that-
or not.
those are good items to have
Yeah,
when
good.
we're there looking rather than just looking at a field
Yeah.
and. So that
Good.
would be a great start
Good.
and, we'll see what we can do to accommodate everybody is
Super.
always what we try to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know I sent my guy over there.
No,
Yeah.
he was concerned about it. It was an old thing about the big giant tree that fell in my backyard, but it was an old email. It was predated to my most recent email, so he had the wrong thing. He was a nice guy, but he said, no, it's not
Yeah.
about that. That tree fell on you cut part of it and then it fell on its own, the rest of it. So that was good, but
So that would be a good start
Good.
for us to come up with some.
great.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks very much.
so much.
Is there an extra copy of the old minutes or not?
Oh, you can take mine.
If I can, no, I clicked through to have the.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Steve, can you just spell your last name?
Yeah,
for me?
Nissen, Nissen. And it's our house. My wife is Betsy Sandberg. That's, yeah, and then we're 782 Westmoreland Drive.
Thank you.
So, all right. Hey, thanks for your time.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Hear from the public. All right, Ray, let's start with your agenda items.
All right, highway crews, our normal resident request list, patching, basin repairs, small drainage projects, and whatever else comes along. So as always, these items are prioritized and the ones that are more prone to public safety before the others. So they're all just as important, but we have to prioritize as we do these.
Windsor looks awesome. That stretch that. they
Oh, the
did
bike
there.
path, yeah,
really good.
that came out nice. The Bill jogs there, just so you know. Personnel, tentative hire of one grounds worker. We are still, doing interviews and trying to find the right person. We have one vacancy left. We're working on, the last one that was Rezo to get him in and finished up and get started. So we're looking forward to that. Time donation, for an employee that wants to be anonymous. Somebody wants to donate time to one other employee that doesn't have much time, on the boards, or pretty much exhausted his time. I know the employee called Janet. Janet said it would be good to just run it through the committee. One is, one isn't. Yes. Okay.
You, but have to go through that whole process to have it.
I think that's why it was said to bring it here, because of the. So,
Is there a situation with the union employee that has, like, would it fall within the union contract provisions for the donation of time and it's just such that the person who wants to give it is a non-union or?
I would have to look into that a little more to give you an honest answer.
I don't know what the town board's position is, but we have a provision in the union contract for a reason. So if it's just to give it because the person's used up all their time and wants to have more time, I don't know.
We do have some.
For
Yeah.
emergency type situations, but not just like, oh, I used up all my time and I'd like some more and somebody else has more time and wants to give it. So I think.
I
The
understand.
circumstances surrounding
I'll
that
look
might
into them
dictate how
circumstances
this
and.
goes. I'm not speaking for this, but just based on.
No, you're
Right,
right.
right.
You're absolutely
We've
right.
had these situations before. We've had procedures and policies in place to do it.
Right.
We have to follow them to what's best that we.
Surplus items, small list, copy of the two items are attached. They're on the back of one of these. So these are just a couple items that we're gonna surplus. We just, completed an auction, on Tuesday, which I approved, the release of the equipment that was previously, surplus. And we brought in $35,137 for,
That's
2,
substantially
3,
what we budgeted for too, so that's awesome.
Yeah, it was more than
for,
budgeted.
for 5 items. We had a 1-ton dump truck, a hydro seeder, back truck, and two old cement mixers.
My truck with the holes in it.
Huh?
With the holes.
Yeah, the sprinkler truck, yeah. So I think we did okay there. I think we were above our estimate of when we did our budget last year. So, parks crews, just been working in various parks, cleaning, for the summer season, mowing the town facilities, playing fields, just routine maintenance, of all the parks in general. You know, that means anything from trim and brush back to a sore subject with me, picking up garbage.
Did you get my email to remind Benny about that upward
Yeah,
pavilion?
so I have a little bit of a problem with just throwing people's disregard for rules in the
Yeah.
parks on one of my employees.
I
I mean, I know it has to be done. And, you know, really, they go around and I can see a few little things that might have fell out of somebody's bag
Oh, no,
or
these
whatever. But we're
Big
picking
bags
up,
of garbage.
Oh, yeah.
we're
these are
picking up
bags that are-
diapers, we're picking up every single day. Just bags of garbage strewn across, food containers.
Yeah.
carry in, carry out is the policy of the town.
Absolutely.
And I will tell you, I went to River Road to where the last complaint was. And those bags were tied to the post of the pavilion.
The upper.
So
right?
somebody did something there.
Yeah.
With every intention of putting garbage in bags.
Yep.
And
And then just leaving it.
tied the bags off, and then everybody else that came along just threw their food on the ground. I don't think the answer is just making the employees do,
No, I would agree.
you know,
Oh, absolutely.
and I will say employees, I won't say servants. It isn't just, that's disgusting. I will not deal with that. I was there myself. I seen them. They were tied up, and it's really just a disregard for our parks. Them guys work hard to try to make them nice. Are they perfect? No, but they work hard to make them nice. And just throwing one more thing on them to do is not the answer. So, I know we've talked about cameras in the parks and all that stuff. And I think if that does come through and we end up doing that, I think maybe we should consider putting a mandatory fine on anybody who's caught doing it instead of the board can do that, that we've done
Something
it.
if they make it.
We've done fines passed by the town board for vacant areas years ago. Literally on the signs for certain areas, if you litter or dump, there is a fine, so. I don't,
Absolutely. Look back into the fund, to be honest with you. There's cameras. Or if somebody like gives a statement that says,
This
this
is the person
is the person that did it, but there's nothing I can do as far as.
so the reason I'm saying that, I mean, ultimately, the crews are gonna have to pick the garbage up because it can't sit there until it goes to court and everything, so they're still gonna be doing it, but at least we're not just saying, well, please don't do it again, because they're gonna do it again.
Yeah.
It's an issue.
Upper parking lot by the pavilion over by the
It-
pool. and
it's
because
all
it's
park. It's all part. How are you?
I've been hearing the same thing about
Julie? That's
Did we
her
look
right
at
there?
that pavilion hadn't been rented, correct?
No, we don't rent it.
No, we don't rent that out because we're, gotta work on the bathroom. I mean, but it is still a park setting where people walking the trails can sit at the nice picnic tables and
That was a big bag of garbage. They were the.
2 bags of garbage.
I was, you know,
I
So
just,
I feel like every other meeting, we're talking about either vandalism, garbage, something else going on at the parks, so. I mean, I know we keep talking about it, but maybe it's time to pull the trigger on the cameras. Maybe get some of the cellular ones that have the SIM cards and.
but there has to be a mechanism to hold people accountable.
I
Not
agree.
just say, we know you did it and. You know, I will say that a lot of people that I run into in the parks. Are very helpful. If they see a few things laying around, they'll pick them up. They'll make you aware, hey, I put a small pile over by that tree there. I picked some stuff up. You know, hey, I noticed I was over here and the yard waste bin was full or whatever. So, there are a lot of helpful people.
Yeah.
That was just a mess over there, so. But it's an ongoing fight. I mean, the guys do it and, you know, you only hear about the ones that people choose to make an issue out of. We deal with it every day.
every day.
So,
I assumed as much because it was too much of a coincidence that it was the same thing on Monday or whatever it was that somebody had called and said that they left garbage over there, same spot. And I'm like, is this the same issue? It's like, nope, they're doing it all the time.
I will say, I've been over there. The parks counselors leave the grounds nice. They're picking up after their kids. They're cleaning up every day. So it's not on them. So.
Pavilion, we don't rent it. People are just using it and.
Just-
Well, that's what I mean, if we're not
But
renting.
I mean,
it,
hey,
if
it's
renting it, we're
nothing.
Using it up there.
You see a lot of people every day, you know, from different places of employment. Come park in the park, they read a book, they sit in their vehicle, they walk up the pavilion, they bring their lunch with them. You you know, so they're being used the way they should be used. They're just a common area for people. I think we just need to, I don't think it's everybody. I think a lot of people do clean up after themselves. I don't know that it's even the same people repeatedly. I think it's just a coincidence and but like I say, you guys only know about the ones that get called and reported on or made out to be a big deal. We deal with that every day in every part of the town, so.
Would it help to put up there more signage, carry in, carry out? Like I could put something up there
You
now?
know, if I could make a sign to explain it, I
I
would, but
know,
I don't think.
Well, it can't hurt, it can't hurt.
Yeah, just. People who go there to see, oh, you know, they know something's going on, so I'm gonna pick up my trash, or, I don't know.
You can do right now, as long as there's a provision in there for them to be fined. Then you have a sign that says carry in, carry out violators.
That's
You
what I'm
know,
saying, we would have to
some-
notify them.
But that's, put it on there so that they, like, at this point without cameras, there may not be much that we can do, but at least they realize that, like, if you're caught, there could be.
So every coach entrance has the park rules, the big white sign, so I think that's probably where you would start to look to see if any of that.
Right on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We did, actually, Lori designed,
People read it as they're coming in.
after the vandalism at the pickleball courts, Lori redesigned the signs. They are ordered. They're custom signs with our logo and everything, so they're taking a little longer than we had hoped, but we did get new signage for every park to be posted, so, but then again, you can read the sign, you can walk by it, if there's no repercussions for the things on the sign, well, you're just putting another sign. So,
we'll look and see what we have on the books.
I-
Okay,
yeah,
if the
I think
ability
it's
to
warranted.
find people, we'll check into that. More signage
Yeah, I'll put some up there.
is a good thing, because if you're sitting there in their pavilion and there's a sign there, and it's not, you know, on all four corners, you better not leave that garbage. Hopefully,
Remember doing
Right.
that.
it's not gonna
Like,
end it, but, and then I think we gotta get, we're gonna talk to Josh about cameras.
So I did put 3 new carry in, carry out signs at the splash pad.
Oh.
Just yesterday.
That's like the worst diaper offense,
Oh, yeah.
offenders, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is so disgusting. I-
You thought enough to bring it there, think enough to take it with you. I mean, it's always gonna happen, but if we can make it a little bit better and a little less, work for the guys to. I mean, they could always run it over and shred it all over the park too. We could be part of the problem, not part of the solution. So, but we'll work on that and, hopefully things will get better. Lions Park, attached is some, pricing for benches and tables for an upgrade down at Lions Park. Been working with Aaron and Bill, talking about sprucing that area up. Some of them tables and benches down there are probably in excess of 30 years old. Made of cedar wood. I think, we've more than got our money's worth out of them. They're, been patched up together.
I mentioned this to you, but when we remove the
The
memorial,
planners, I read the email.
okay, I think I don't even know if it'll stay intact, but I
We'll
think,
call them.
okay, they'll take the whole thing, I
We'll
think.
call them, and if they want a certain piece, we'll cut it or
Perfect.
whatever it is to preserve
Okay.
what it is. I did read that email. You didn't get my response? I
In-
always respond.
In the email, though, I think she was saying like pieces of it, but then when I spoke to another member of the family, they were like, well, we'll just take the whole thing.
Well, that's
So I
fine
thought,
too.
okay,
We,
yeah.
we can take it apart gently. And when we get to that point, when the new stuff comes in, we'll facilitate with them to have them come down and separate it for them the best we can.
Same sort of stuff before.
Yes, this
Like,
This is the new standard, stuff Lori's been getting, rubber coated, mesh. Less tendency to get dirty and stained up, graffiti proof because you can't write on screen. For the most part. So yeah, we're liking the way this goes. The green has been, I know we have some bright ones to kind of bolden up like around the splash pad and stuff, but in a park setting, we're trying to go with the green. Keep people calm. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so this is what, worked with Aaron on a area and Andrew from the Parks Department, what area we wanted to target to at least get going. This isn't the whole park, but this is a good majority of right in front of the, train station itself in that small green.
What's the timeframe on it?
Well, we have to, yeah, probably, this is, I'll have to get you the, it's one of our purchasing agents that we use. I'm not sure if it's Sourcewell or the other one, but I will get you those numbers. So,
Just in time for fall season.
yeah, and that would be good, as mowing slows down a little bit and we can get in there, it's a little cooler and I don't think the work will take very long, so we gotta do some legwork. We're gonna put these on concrete pads. Rather than have them just sit on the grass and sink in the grass, we wanna do which we'll do.
It's easier to maintain.
Well, maintain around and it keeps stability where the picnic
Yeah.
table is, keeps it secure. They can't be dragged all over the parks. This will be helpful for long-term care of everything.
Mike Ridley, who is creating the 501c3 to raise money to redo the train station. He's probably gonna touch base with us, I'm thinking next week, but I think right now, the only thing he's hoping we could do, and you may have already done this, but we were talking about how the family of raccoons is now living in there. There's something like that they broke or burrowed through or whatever, and he was saying if we could try to close it off to keep them out of there or get them out of there or
I
whatever.
think it was temporarily patch, would probably need some
Okay.
more permanent patch.
Okay, that was all that he asked, and
Yeah.
then hopefully we'll have some more information about how he's gonna get started, so.
We have to be pretty delicate about how we can't just throw a piece of plywood on a historical building. We have to try to be somewhat friendly to it, so.
I think maybe that's why he doesn't wanna do it himself.
Right, the more that's damaged is the more working in that has to be done, so. I think it was temporarily taken care of so that they could do whatever functions down there, but we'll have to look at a more permanent
Okay.
fix.
Do we know if the artist is still in there?
Maureen?
I didn't know she was there to begin with.
Okay, I thought she left last year.
Yeah. Did she sign a new
So-
contract? Or license
She's-
agreement?
Has not, I told her that we were looking to do that and she was basically like, let me know what, 'cause she's got of stuff.
Okay, that's what he said.
Cases
He
and
must have
whatnot.
gone over and so looking at stuff.
She basically was like, tell me when you need me to get this stuff out of there.
I would imagine she's there because she's the ones that found the
She
record.
was traveling, so I don't. So I don't know if she's like physically doing anything in there, but all of her artwork is still in there.
Let's find out his timeline and then,
All right, number 8, basketball courts, due to a lot of the rain we had in the beginning of July and April, they were a little behind. They should be here this month they didn't give me an exact date, but they were thinking this month that they'll be there to resurface all of the basketball courts.
if we were gonna swap out the hoops, would we wanna do that before they resurface?
We can try, but by the time we order them and get them in, I don't wanna
Push
cancel
them
them.
out, okay?
We did a pretty good job over at Blatnick that we didn't scar up the surfaces and all that. So, while we're at that, Lori got us two basketball,
Hoops.
from
Niskuna Community Foundation.
Niskuna Community Foundation, and I talked with her, and I know I talked with you, Aaron. I think we're gonna take some of our parks improvement money and buy the other two
I'd like
and
that.
just get this done so that all the facilities are upgraded.
It's on my resolution.
Okay.
So,
Almost 5,000?
5,000,
Okay.
yeah.
so that's moving forward. So
Great.
I think the right thing to do is to use some of our money and, just get them all done at once.
I
It,
agree.
it'll help with shipping, it'll help with receiving, getting them, so.
Great.
I think it'll benefit everybody. Town hall. So repaired an outside compressor for the air handler at town hall. So we recently had a service here, by a company to get this up and running, make the building a little more, comfortable. It has had its issues for many years. So when he was here repairing it, he actually went through it and gave us an analysis of what we would need to get it back up to 100%. So it's running on 3 compressors now. It has 4 compressors. So it would be my recommendation that we pay to get that 4th compressor put on there. There was some other things that we discussed about logistics and computer stuff for the controls in the building. But I think let's do the important stuff first and build off of that. I think to try to do too many things at once, we won't get anything accomplished. So
Right.
I think we do this in phases. The reason I didn't attach the quote I have under our purchasing policy, I think we're gonna have to get additional quotes. The way the number fell in our purchasing policy, so I
This is
didn't,
just for the compressor.
just for the compressor.
Right.
And to recharge the lines once it's installed and, but we'll be at 100% capacity with the unit that we have.
As you said, let's break it up. The compressor and then the control.
We'll deal with the
totally different-
controls and stuff, absolutely.
Let's get that done. If it, let's look at that number, if we have to, let's get some other quotes on that.
Do we think we'll have additional quotes for resolution as well?
I think so. I think we have to move forward with it one way or another. And I will get you what I have now and then any additional.
Okay.
So the second part of that, we received a few quotes for, cleaning and mitigation of areas identified in town hall. So over the years, we've had some failure with the condenser unit, which everything is overhead in this building. We've had some issues with that. Moisture problems, few leaks in the roof. That have been somewhat patched up, but we need to look at all these items to make these right. It's a lot of money. It's a challenge to get people to come give you quotes because it's so large, but we're gonna keep pushing forward to try to do this. But in the meantime, it would be my recommendation that we use one of these companies to do a good sanitizing and cleaning of the layers in the building that have been identified as problematic. So before it gets worse, I think it becomes a real concern. I say, we do this and get the layers in between cleaned out and more than likely get a better assessment of the total scope of what needs to be done. Just like anything else, we're going off of a recommendation to hire somebody else to do this work. I'm sure when they come in, there'll be more. Been up in the attic many times and I mean, we tried to, Charlie and Ronnie tried to do their best to keep everything in line, but it's gone a little far. And I think we need the expertise, somebody that does this for a living. And I think it's for everybody's good that we do this.
Yeah.
So,
Let's go forward with that.
Kara and, Courtney have, got a few quotes, so we'll review them and,
Take a look at that stuff. and-
go with our best option. But,
They're taking different approaches, so to me, it's like, you're not looking at like similar. Apples and oranges, so.
not only is it hard to get quotes, it's actually hard to try to get relatively even close. Everybody has their own way of doing things and
Right.
some people see more than others. Some people
Okay,
say
let's
it's
go
not as
on.
bad as others, so.
Thank you.
You know, a lot of people have been involved in this and doing a very good job. It's frustrating and it's, very hard to be, to get the same quotes for the same work. So I think you reviewing them, me reviewing them, and, Aaron, and just pick the best option that suits us for what we're trying to accomplish. But I will say, it's gonna get bigger. They're not gonna come in and say you're 100% good.
Right.
I think we're gonna find more than what we have. So, all right, I'll speed this up a little bit. Yard waste flyer for yard waste pickup, just the same. The schedule's on the website.
How you doing with volume? Is that sort of?
It's leveling out, but it's still steady. We picked a lot of stuff up this year. But we've been maintaining, the new schedule has helped us carry through. Some weeks we're ahead, some weeks we're struggling. So volume wise, we've been down to 2 trucks for the last 3 weeks. We haven't had to put the 3rd truck out, so that explains a lot in volume, but it's still good amount of stuff out there. So next month, we'll be bringing for the fall pickup and the leaf pickup schedule. Patty's reviewing the dates on that and, changing that, and she'll make the arrangements to put it in the paper and the journal for the residents. So post it on the website as well. 2025 paving, the 2nd round was completed in July, around the 3rd week of July. We were scheduled during that really unhealthy heat wave for a couple days. And so they had to postpone us for a few days, but they were able to get this stuff done. We did add a small section of bike path over here on Windsor Drive that was identified as unsafe. And the reason we were able to do that is we were paving a road right down the street here. So they were in close proximity, so we didn't have to travel across town. We used that opportunity to fix that rather than just go over there and patch it up and do that. So we got that part done as well. The 3rd round of paving will be towards the end of August. That was our tentative date. Really pushing to get the street paving done before school starts. Unfortunately, we're not the only ones that think that way. Every other town that does paving has, but we have a secured spot for the end of August. So, again, thank you to all the people that work on making this paving go through. A lot of hard work out there, a lot of air hammering, a lot of infrastructure to be checked by water and sewer, highway guys. Everybody that's involved in this works hard. It's been a brutal hot summer. Guys, keep going. So again, I'd like to thank the people that go out and do this every day. They work hard. So tentative resolutions would be hiring of a grounds maintenance worker, purchase for Lions Park and a surplus item at this time. And the contracts for town hall, if we can put that together. I'm sorry, I didn't put that on there. Okay, and now open discussion. I know we had a resident here today. So when he gets us the maps and, you know, maybe we can come up with an alternative plan that won't. Maybe what he's proposing won't impact a lot of people, but. We'll
There
take,
is a body of. That's gonna be
It-
difficult to do, which I think he realizes also.
well, at least he did the right thing. He researched them because like me, I would have put them right on the edge of the park and probably never seen a bird, so.
Yeah.
Well, I might have seen a bird, but it was not the kind of.
Where do you want it?
So maybe we can come up with a plan here, you know. Hopefully we can do something so that everybody, perks are for everybody.
Invasive species thing, if he reaches out to the neighbors and starts looking and says, hey, this is what we'd like to do and clear this part and everything, and we reach out and it's okay, fine, and we can. then we
You're
can work
very
with him
solid on that. People do not like change because we think we're doing a justice by trimming the stuff that's clubbing us in the head and they're looking at it as, that's my privacy fence. So it goes both ways.
Yep.
So, well, it is open discussion. I'm sorry about that.
So the Lomo, I would imagine there's a lot of ticks in those. So that was the first thing I thought of, having the kids running around in those fields, even if there was space. The Lomo, that would make me nervous because I mean, I know my dogs are over them all the time, and the grass doesn't even get really that high in the wooded area behind my house, but it's enough that the ticks are pretty bad. Yeah.
Those have consequences.
And we have had, you know, we've made great leaps to accommodate everybody and we have a lot of different areas of that. But Julie can tell you, she calls me for bees nests in the parks
Oh,
sometimes twice a day. And, you know, when you take care of one,
There's
somebody goes over, there's another. So, and that's not in a low mow area, but I'm just saying, in general, there's gotta be safety for everybody in areas, but you don't know, you might be able to, there might be a spot that we can put 2 bird boxes and just leave a small strip where it doesn't. We try. You know,
We'll see what it looks like.
See what he comes up with. All right, anything else for Ray?
One more question. I just need clarification about the sign for the pavilion. Can I put violators could be fined?
once
Or
we,
Okay, okay.
I know we're getting to yours. Can we do, I gotta leave, so can you tell me what resolutions that you need?
Yes, so I have quite a few. So I have all soccer referees.
Soccer referees?
Yeah. An independent contractor for a fall tennis program. And an acceptance of a $2,500 grant for Schenectady Arts and Cultural from the county. And 5,000 from Niskuna Community Foundation, but I will do all of these for you.
It's fine, I just, cause I gotta put the finance and agenda. Is number 8 gonna result in a resolution?
And did I get it yet?
I'm gonna mention it,
Right.
but,
We put on 10 to 6.
I didn't hear you say that.
No, because I haven't
Yeah.
received it yet, so I haven't. Yes, okay.
At the base of.
I did.
I don't know if that like it belongs to a resident or whatever, but it really your meeting
And, yeah,
planning our camp parents, but the pickleball people reach out to me like twice a week. They're
Well,
like,
when they bought the place, they bought it for it, so.
Yeah, Elena, do you have anything for Elena? Okay.
You have anything? And I'll make you up a pack of all the stuff that's in here for you.
Sweet.
Have a great day.
yes,
Yeah, we're good.
Yep. I'll tell you the speed. Can I start?
Yeah.
All right, town pool closing date. The town pool is gonna be closing for the season on Monday, August 25th. This is a little earlier than in years past because we've always been short-staffed with guards and managers and could not get the pool properly cleaned and closed up for the season. So we're closing a little bit early to give our guards a chance to help get it done and help Charlie and Ronnie like button it up for the season,
What's the date?
the 25th, which is a Monday. Um,
When did you close it in the past?
the
Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Labor Day,
Yeah.
a week later.
But it's been advertised, it's all over the book. When you register, it's on your receipt.
Okay.
So everybody knows, and we'll have signs posted as well.
Just get it
When
out
did they
there.
close the splash pads? Anybody know?
In October, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
September 15th.
yeah,
The
they,
garbage keeps up next week.
That would be the sign.
Yeah, exactly.
Garbage doesn't get picked up or closing this facility.
Mhm.
It's not,
If you leave your garbage and we discontinue, we'll be closing this.
it's not everybody. It's unfortunate that it happens because like I say, I see a lot of people walk around and pick stuff up and
Yeah.
set it off to the side or take it with them, so. There's a lot of people that police themselves and others unfortunately, but there's always a little leftover.
Yep.
Not everybody's a bad guy.
Go ahead.
Alright, summer programs, they are winding down, but we still have Ultimate Frisbee Dance Camp and 2 sessions of amazing athletes. And then we're gonna transition right into fall soccer, so. It's been a wonderful summer, weather has been fantastic, no cancellations. It's been,
Dates for fall soccer.
September 6th through October 25th.
and you have to let Andrew and Ray know about signing.
Yes, so
Yes.
ahead of time so we can do the line.
Yep.
6 through October what?
October 25th.
We were in a car, I thought they were painting the lines.
Great,
Until we
national,
get the parking lot done too, I don't know if you did anything in the parking. We desperately need those lines
You want
because
the kids to play in the poker line? You want the field?
it is the parents that are a bunch of idiots.
We're still tired from the big night out.
challenge.
No, I'm sure we
My
can make those.
A saving grace.
Hold on, will you look at the one? And-
Item. And almost everybody was at that event and it was beyond. It was our 2nd annual. It was Tuesday, the 5th. This year was moved to Center Road Park to accommodate, just our growing event. And due to the vast space and head count of attendees, which was hard to count.
Yeah.
Jan did her best running around the clipboard. I had to estimate that we were close to 500 people. And while I did hear a few people say that they didn't think that it was advertised enough, I disagree because it was in the Yorneski unit. It's on all of our normal, like social media, our website, Rec One Blasts, and other towns are also holding the same event. So they're at their event, and this, I feel, is for our residents, and I think they were very well served.
I feel like last year, the news covered it preemptively much
Yes.
more than they did this year, and
I
I
don't
think that made a
understand
big
it.
difference.
Yeah,
So maybe we could just like poke at them a little bit more and see if we
Absolutely.
could get them to.
right.
It's really, there's so many events, they could highlight everything.
Oh, absolutely,
Right.
yeah. But it was beyond. And then, this year's events included 6 food vendors, which were Annabelle's Pizza, Meat and Company, Mike's Hot Dogs, Boots and Bubbles, which I heard was amazing, Kona Ice and Mr. Dingling, as well as free ice cream from Stewart's and free coffee from Starbucks. 3 branches, were served at, Army National Guard, US Marines, and US Navy. 5 New York State Departments of Police, Scuba and Marine, DEC, and DOCCS. And 4 local, which were the Niski Unit Police and Investigations, fire districts, all of our 2 fire districts? All of them, yeah. The auxiliary and Schenectady County Sheriff and Marine Patrol. For entertainment, we had a bounce house, inflatable obstacle course, a dunk tank, and the amazing band Grand Central Station, which were beyond. But the hit of the night was the flyover of the Black Hawk, which the timing could not have been better because just as the national anthem stopped, the Blackhawk landed. Like it was literally beyond. It was just unbelievable. I still think about it. A big thanks to all the volunteers who helped make this event run so smoothly. Ray Smith and his team for building the stage, for moving the picnic tables, and just making the soccer fields in pristine condition. We truly appreciate all you guys do. Truly, truly, truly. Couldn't be there without you.
Pass it along.
Huh?
I will pass it along.
All right. And last but not least, a big thanks to Nick Party and to Courtney. Courtney did, my mind is blown. An unbelievable job.
Especially
Hard
not
work.
having any context of
Yeah.
what
Nothing.
it was or what
Yeah,
it
nothing.
is. and
Exactly.
So next year is gonna be even better because now you know, like, little tweaks or what worked, what did not. It was amazing. Your hard work, dedication, and vision made it a night to remember. So we really appreciate it. Thank
And
you.
it's a too, ain't it, Courtney?
Peeps that peeps. So back to the trash in the park. There's a Blackneck Park cleanup. So a while back, I was, had someone come into me, and his name is Alex Graziano, who wanted to host a Blackneck Park cleanup day this Saturday. So he's on social media. I saw a post about it. So he is looking for volunteers, and I'm sure they're reaching out to him. And they tend to clean up Blackneck Park this Saturday. So somebody's there to help. You know, I don't think Blackneck Park's.
Are they doing it to the co-op? Is that what I saw?
I think the co-op is,
Promoting it?
yeah, promoting
Okay,
it.
okay.
He came in as an individual and just wanted to do something nice.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's a really nice kid. So he was like,
Did he get back to you about, from your email?
I
reminding
have
him
looked at my
about the
emails yet
reservation?
this morning, yeah. But he wanted to start there at 1:00 and the party starts at 2:30.
Oh, okay.
If he's using it just as a meeting
Yeah.
spot, then that would be fine, but I wanted him to know that there could be a conflict. All right, next is assistant coordinator to community programs. So as you all know, early last year, we had a vacancy in our department, which left a huge hole. Courtney has jumped in and helped and has been an unbelievable resource and just another set of hands. I would ideally love for Courtney to fill that position if possible. I think she's interested. So I think she'd be a really great fit for this department. So I need to put it out there.
I think what we did was we're pulling down the civil service information. Does anybody know if we have requirements where it has to be posted and we do interview more people, or if it's internal, are we able to just, I don't know what the rules are and I just want to make sure we're following.
The job was posted. I did interview one person.
Oh, it was
Way back.
posted before.
Oh, it's been posted for quite a while. I just
That's
took it
right.
down.
Okay.
So I did interview someone, and then we made them aware that because of the timing, this was not a good time to even bring anybody on. I couldn't properly train someone and get our job done this summer, so.
Okay, all right, that's good. I totally forgot that we had done.
Yeah. So if that's helpful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So will that be in addition to what you do? Or is it?
She moved right into that role and I'm already sort of actively looking for someone to fill a confidential secretary position or some variety of that. I'm trying to figure out what the best fit is for that role. And I feel like it could be something, a little bit bigger, but I just want to make sure that, sort of everyone's on board and thinking the same way before I make any choices.
And because we're all on the same team, I mean, we
That's
can
more
all
than
help.
happy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna be left by yourself with.
Right.
Nobody
I'm
answered the phone.
I'm not like super worried about that part. Because even Dottie's helpful, everybody
Yeah.
up front there, so we should be okay for the time being.
There for you. I can do PR.
All resident communication.
I do everything with initials. PR, HR.
The phone calls will cease after that.
You okay?
The resolutions, if you heard me, I went over it with Elena. Fall soccer referees, an independent contractor for a fall tennis program, acceptance of 2 grants. and that's it. And money from maternity.
Income,
or- Yeah.
Perfect. And Lori, can I just add, there were some changes to the concert calendar, so we have a concert tonight. There's a lot of ice cream in Niskayuna this week, because we also have Stewart's ice cream
Oh,
donations.
tonight's
For-
the Mr. E band?
Yes,
Okay.
coming for the concert tonight. If anybody wants to join us to help scoop, we would love to have you. Because boy, I really feel like I almost killed Dottie a couple of years ago, so I don't want to just depend on Dottie. And Carly's not available. So, and then we have already tacked one on the end. So there's one tonight, there's one next Thursday, and then there will be one on the 21st. And then Pete's band rescheduled for Sunday, the 17th, and that will be the pizza night, because I couldn't take it away from Pete.
No,
This piece is
So,
Yeah.
so it is Pete's Pizza Night on the 17th, and that concert's gonna be at 4 o'clock.
Okay, oh, good. And
Yeah,
That's August 17th?
August
Okay,
17th.
yeah.
Yes,
And
not
Friday
this Sunday, but the
is-
following.
movie night, Moana 2
Yes.
at 8:30.
Okay,
Right.
are we good?
We're wrapping it up.
We're wrapping this up. So, the calendar is here. It's August. It's kind of a funny month because some people are wrapping up their summer travels and activities and whatnot, but that, yeah, we're still busy. So I'll let you look at that. I'll just point out the fact that we have had some changes with our Alzheimer's Association's caregiver support group. And that's the first Friday of every month. That's really important. And it's a really lovely time to come in if you have concerns and questions and you don't want to be in front of a group. It gives you privacy, or you can be in a group situation. It's really, there's a lot of flexibility there. And you can also call ahead and talk to someone on the phone, and that number is on the back of our calendar always. We also have another woman who's now working with Megan, and she's going to be coming in and just doing a little thing with us on the 21st, where she kind of introduces herself, and she's just going to do like a 15-minute chat and then be available if people have questions or concerns. We want to see, Tuesdays and Thursdays are just packed. And so we want to see if maybe that, produces something or is a good resource or something that we want to do more regularly on a monthly basis. So that's happening. And it is a huge topic. It's a lot of people struggling with that, and they struggle silently. So
What, Alzheimer's?
yes. And that's an umbrella. There's so many things. So enough said. Our last MVP water aerobics was yesterday. Great program. And sad to see it stop, but always very popular and always full. So we look forward to doing it again. We do have a trip to J Street planned for next week on Tuesday at 12:30. We'll probably do it around the lunch hour and let people go down and kind of wander. The Open Door it's a bookstore, and they have 25% discount for seniors on Tuesday. So we thought we would marry that. And then a lot of people have their favorites down there. There's also a new milliner down there, the hat lady that I think I told you guys about a couple months ago, and she has officially opened her store. So she is down around the corner from J Street. And then we're working on some other small trips. A lot of times we plan these things, but then we'll have something like the weather will come in, and it's a big consideration for our members. So, hopefully we get this one. So looking forward to that. So I'll let you guys look at the calendar, and only other thing that I want to point out here, a couple things. We have a rep, Sam Studo he's from Bill Steck's office, and he's called a couple of times, and we did have him in a few months ago. We are going to have him in again. He's a good guy. He's very ambitious. What we do is we bring him in and we kind of introduce him, and then he's available for members or anybody who wants to come in and talk about state and local issues, or to have, more importantly, to have access information to state and local programming or aid or help or whatever. So we bring them in for that. It's not, nobody comes in and, we don't do politics down there. It's not appreciated. So they love.
You don't want me to come visit or?
We love you.
Okay.
And they would eat you up. I'm pretty sure.
I do love Sam though, Sam's great.
He's really sweet. And they love to know about access. So like town halls or, like any of that, all of our members always appreciate that. It's just when they come, they want to, so they just want to like relax and not think about the serious stuff. And it seems to, I think we've hit on a good formula, so, but they'll flock you
All right.
if you come. So I'm just warning you. Come on down. We also, so on our team, so Edie has a really great contact with Electric City Barn. It would be her daughter. And she worked very hard with the Niskuna Community Foundation, and they are putting together something. We got a grant, actually.
She got a grant.
She got the grant, which benefits them and us.
Yes.
And so they will be coming to our facility, and they are offering 4 classes and 2 performance art. So that's kind of neat. We haven't done the performance art before. The first one is coming up. It's the first week in September. We'll talk more about that. And it's working with kids. It's actually a kid group. So we're looking forward to that. So September 2nd, it's the Pan-African Youth Orchestra with drums and flutes. We're going to probably schedule the next one for February 17th. And again, that's some variation of drums, dancing, and singing. So we'll know more about that as it flushes out. But that's a big deal for us. Our art program is pretty impressive, if I don't say so myself, because a lot of that is eating for connections with the art world, and that's really benefited our passion. That is her first and foremost passion, without question. So, so it's been a real benefit to everybody that comes to see us. The other thing I want to mention is Colette. So their trip is scheduled for this September for Portugal. This is something that was kind of kicked off last year. And we had a meeting with Ryan to talk about 2026. And we are going to be doing a new trip presentation. It's going to be on the 9th of September. And he will be kicking off an 8-day excursion through America's cowboy country. So that's at our place on the lower level, 10:45. Come have fun and come listen to him. He's very animated. He's a lot of fun, and it's a cool opportunity to travel. So it's, it touches places like Badlands National Park, Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone, Jackson Hole. That's just to name a few. So if you're interested, or if you have any family or friends that are interested, come on down, have a listen. Can't hurt. So that's September 9th at 10:45. And let me see, I think I do want to mention also that Trinity Health, who is one of our partners, she popped in one day. We had a really nice chat, and she ended up donating $300 to our program to be used. However, we are sponsoring a trip, or we're going to take that money rather, and we're going to kind of help to subsidize the cost for a trip to Proctor's, because those tickets, those trips are really coveted, but at the same time, those tickets can be a little stiff. So she's actually helping us with this, and the show is, I forget the exact name of it, but it's basically Neil Diamond.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So, and I think it's kind of.
No, I was thinking you're gonna love Neil Diamond. My father loved Neil Diamond.
Yeah, and I think we're just right at that.
Oh, yeah.
So we're almost sold out. So, let me see what else. That's about it. The rest of it is just sidebar questions for you. And I think that's it. Unless you guys have questions.
Did it?
Oh,
You got it?
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for the air conditioner. So Laura and Charlie, thank you very much. It works phenomenally well. The remote works because it's up there.
Oh, good.
And I can see it. We actually know what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. We're hitting on all cylinders. It's really good. So I appreciate that. I think that we last. Unless you guys have questions.
Good. Thank you, Linda. Anybody have anything else? Our next meeting is September 4th. Let's look at our calendars. It's Thursday, September 4th, 8 a.m. next meeting. Okay. Accept a motion to adjourn. A second on that, please. Second. All those in favor?
All right.
We're adjourned. Thanks, everybody.